Hello and welcome back to our channel, James and Arsley. We appreciate you very much for coming back. Just woke up early in the morning here. Just decided to do another video right quick about living expenses here in the Philippines. I won't go into great detail. I'll just talk about some people who've asked me and that we know who are living here. So first of all, a salute out to the military personnel who have served and still serving, no matter if they're family members or friends. So salute to you. Gotta wear the Raiders hat representing Nevada for those of you who are Raiders fans or any fan at that matter. I just love the sport, doesn't matter which team it is. So let me get right to this. A lot of people have asked, and a lot of people we do know, they receive their Social Security or investments that they may have or whatever it is, approximately $1,000 a month, and they keep asking, James, can I survive on that? And we answer them, male or female. It depends on your spending habit, depends on your how you live. The answer is yes and no. I will say I'm going to answer no first. Number one, if you smoke and you drink and you eat more than 3 meals in a day, meaning you snack a lot and stuff like that, and you have high rent and things of this sort, you're not going to make it. You're not. You have to make some sort of adjustment if you're going to come over here and expect to live off of $1,000 per month. That's just it ain't gonna happen. You know, it's you got too much. You got your utilities. Electric is expensive here. You know, in some cases you have to pay water. That's not so expensive. Your food prices, they have went up. And just say if you have a scooter or a motorcycle, gas prices are just off the hook over here. You know, depends on your rent. You know, if you're living somewhere for, let's say, 10,000 pesos a month, you know, what is 1,000 gonna get you? Probably about 50 to 60,000 pesos approximately. So you have to live frugal. If you have those high spending habits, it's bad. Kids comes into play. If you have a child, you know, if you have a wife or girlfriend, you know, you got to take into consideration also your immigration fees. You know, if you average it out on a monthly basis, watching this dog over here, another dog in the hood, you guys. So if you add that in your visa, that's 3,830 pesos every 2 months. So that averages a little over 1,900 pesos. 1,915 pesos. And then once your ACR card is expired, after you've been here going into your 6 months or 5 months, then you got to pay that fee. That's give or take 10,000 pesos. You know, so the expenses add up. So once again, if you're living high on the hog over here, 1,000 ain't gonna get you very far. You can forget it. You're going to be living just above poverty level, if not at poverty level. You know, it's just like that. Now, can you make it here on $1,000? Sorry about that, a dog, another one in the province life. Yes, you can, and a lot of people we do know, they live frugal. They have a motor. They have everything they need. And they're not buying a home. What they're doing is they're renting. Keep an eye on this dog over here. If I had a rock, I'd pop him one time. Let's see. Sorry about that. So, anyway, life of the province, guys. So, yeah, with 1,000, if you're budgeting your money, you are shopping for normal food. Groceries are not going to be that terribly high. It just depends on you. You're not going to be eating no steaks and stuff like that. That would be an occasional thing. But if your rent is decent, you have one air con, which would be in your bedroom. you have a fan, and you have a dirty kitchen. You just have the basics. Maybe you can save up, squeeze in a microwave oven somewhere down the line. If you're lucky, the place is furnished. It's got sofa, refrigerator, and some other items like that. And it's a decent rent per month. Can you survive? Yes. But there again, if you got kids over one child, you're gonna have some problems. It is not cheap, and it also depends on who you're with, man or woman, whoever you're with here. If they're a spender, you got some big problems. If they're into designer things, guess what? It's not happening. Real designer stuff. You can get fake all day long. They sell fake. That's for damn sure. A lot of people do have it. The MKs and Louis Vuittons and all that stuff is fake. It's not that expensive, but $1,000 if you spend correctly and wise. You don't smoke and you don't drink. Maybe occasional drink if you want to. Beer is cheap here. Cigarettes are cheap, but if you're the type of person who does not waste money, you could do very well living in the province. In some cases, I do know someone, a couple of people, they do own a home. So the home was built at a pretty reasonable price. They had about $10,000 saved up, and they were able to build themselves a home. And was it a pretty stable home? I don't know. They had Hardy Light, Hardy Flex, or whatever they had. They didn't have a roof like this one here, where it's all, stable, very stable here and everything. It just depends. It just really depends. Can you make it off 1,000? Sure, you can. Can you go on vacation? You're gonna have to save, unfortunately. You're gonna have to save for some months to be able to travel out of the country when it comes to that 3-year period of time where you have to leave the country. Now you could bounce over to, I believe it's Macau, that's China. Those flights are cheap. So if you take your money and you save it over a 3-year period of time, you should be able to go fly over there. Macau, China. Hop, skip, and a jump. I think it's 5 or 6 hour flight, something like that. So you can get over there. We do know some people who do take that journey to get out of their 3-year period and to go over there and take care of business. So, and then they come back in to the Philippines. But key thing on that one, get your clearance before you go. A clearance only costs 1,000 pesos. That's cheap. That you get it at the Bureau of Immigration. You have your flight hooked up, and you you get that approved, get your paperwork. You fly, port of entry, you hand that paperwork over and your passport. Have a nice day, you're out. Some people do that. Luckily, I haven't came to that point. I was at my 2.5 year period, actually my 2-year period of time I was here, and I had to go stateside for some personal reasons. My mom had passed away back in December. So time started all over. I'm only into month number 4 out of 36 months, so I have a long way to go. If I do plan on going out of the country, like I said, once you hit 6 months here in the Philippines, you have to get an exit clearance. You must get an exit clearance, or else you're going to be in trouble. Then there's a good chance you might not be able to come back in. I know some people that could not travel back in here because of that. So anyway, can you survive on $1,000? Yes, you can, but you have to spend wisely. If you don't spend wisely, guess what? You're gonna come up broke. Don't start that loaning money to people, gifting everybody money, and things of this sort. Guess what? It ain't gonna work. You're not getting the money back. You could bet on that. I've learned a loan as little as 200, didn't get it back. 500, didn't get it back. My neighbor, 500, didn't get it back. Another time, 500, didn't get it back. What did I learn? kiss my ass, I'm not loaning any money. Don't do it. You cannot do it. I learned my lesson. Even though it's a small amount, different story. If it's food, that's a different story. We help out a lot of people that we know who are not doing well, and they probably get lucky if they can eat one meal a day. And typically that is rice or corn. Somehow they found a way to make rice from corn. I've never seen the process. I have eaten some to see what it tastes like, and it wasn't that great, but they're eating. They take vegetarian things that are allowed to eat from the wild here in the forest. Like I say, you got plenty of stuff there. You got coconuts, papayas. There's certain types of leaves and stuff like that they can eat, and they survive. Most of the people that we know, they're surviving on like $100 a month. You know how they make the money? They hustle. They do hustle. But anyway, I want to once again, $1,000 you can make it. Owning a home will be tough, but it is possible if it's a cheap home. Better yet, get yourself an apartment, because you can't own a house here. It has to be in a Filipino's name. So get yourself a cheap apartment. You could hustle on 1,000, you know, and still save. You definitely can, you know. Yeah, any questions? You guys have any experience or anybody you know who's been through that and they claim they could not survive on 1,000? It's very real possible. To own a home, very, very tough, not unless it is the Filipino who owns the home already. Then you have a good chance. And it's best you do not have everybody coming at you talking about, you know, let me hold something, because you're gonna be SOL at the end of the month every day. And also stay away from, they do give personal loans here in the Philippines. The Filipinos, well, as a foreigner you can't. Filipino you can. I don't understand it. How could you loan money to someone who doesn't have a job? You know, I don't get it. My neighbor, no job. She got money a long time ago. They come here looking for her at least twice a month. I don't know a damn thing about it. They live over there. Go ask them. I have nothing to do with that. Well, can you make the payment for? No, hell no. I'm not making a payment for nobody. You know, I've never been asked, but if they do, guess what? They gonna get. Never mind. I won't even say that. But I'm not here to pay bills. I'm not here to pay for vacations. None of that. You know, I'm here to live. Me and my wife. She's going through getting ready to get into her 4th year college. I pray she goes after her master's degree. That would be awesome. So any questions, any comments, you're more than welcome to leave a comment. If you know anybody who's experienced it, please share that as well. Hey, we appreciate you guys. Once again, salute to all my military people, before and after, or now, whatever the situation is. All my military brothers here in the Philippines, salute to you as well. All right, everybody, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.